Hi guys, and welcome to episode 2 of the Spfl RTG on FC26. As you can see, we've got a new arrival in the team in the Austin Trusty. He did come down in price a little bit, but silver players that have good stats in preparation for this Silver Cup that's coming up appear to be pretty expensive, so I thought, do you know what, I'll get him in the team just now. We also put the pre-order evolution onto Dyson Maida to get him pluses in each of the categories, and the defending evolution that came out today onto Austin Trusty. But without further ado, let's get into how our second attempt went, which was way more successful for the early access tournament. So, starting off, as you can see here, we are going into our first game. Dyson Maida feeds it across to Raskin, who gives it to Callum McGregor, fires into the back of the net. But before we go any further, we do have the St Mirren badge now, but unfortunately, as you can see, there's currently no listings of any kind for Dundee United kit or Livingston kits for that matter. So as soon as they become available in the market, I will be purchasing them. The only kits that appear to be showing up Scottish Premiership wise on the market at the moment are all the Celtic kits, a couple of Kilmarnock kits, a couple of Hearts kits, and the Aberdeen away kit. That is all. The badges appear to be on the market, but the kits wise are nowhere to be seen at the moment. As you can see, we also got our 2k FIFA points or FC points for our pre-order. But back to the game here. On the stroke of half-time, Ant-Man gives it to Raskin, Callum McGregor on the edge, a little bit left stick dribbling, finds Jota, and a lovely finish into the back of the net with the stroke of half-time. And that led us 2-0 up going into the second half, and it was an absolute non-event as the game finished 2-0. We could have scored a couple more, as you can see by the stats. Well worth our win, despite the fact that it was only 2-0. On to the second game. We are about 20 minutes into the game, looking to create some space. Hatate driving into the space, gives it out wide to Ant-Man, who hats a lovely shot across the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. Despite the fact that he's only got about 60-something shooting on his card, feels way better than that. 1-0 up in this game. And pretty much immediately after, we look to try and get the second of the game. Dyson Maida, lovely ball roll and little cheeky finish into the bottom corner there. And we make it 2-0 almost immediately from his kickoff. Looking to get a little bit of build-up play going again here. We skip away from his defender, Gvardiol. He committed a wee bit too early there, and Dyson Maida chips it into the back of the net for 3-0 in a really good position 30 minutes into the game. We dispossess him from his kickoff again, looking to add a fourth goal as Jota ball rolls, hits it on his left, and does add that fourth goal, dispossessing him from his kickoff, and that was enough for him to call it quits in the game, and we win the next game 4-0 pretty comfortably. And as you can see, there's the stats. The XG suggests that his goalkeeper should have done a little bit better in the passages of play that went on. But 4-0, comfortable, on to the next round. And we are on the 6th or 7th minute of the game here. Reo Hatate driving on the outside, cuts back inside, finds Ant-Man. Raskin into Maida, first time finish, lovely into the bottom corner, and he has been pretty lethal for us in this RTG so far, and I expect it to be the case going forward. And then not much else happened for 20 or so minutes. We look to go forward here with Raskin, Callum McGregor driving forward, looking to potentially find an option, gives it into Reo Hatate, who skips away from his man and fires it into the side netting for 2-0. An effort just off the post from him there on the 33rd minute. We look to counter quickly. Jota on the ball, gives it to Raskin, driving forward. He looks to find Dyson Maida, and we get to it first, and he finishes it off for 3-0. Not too long after, he takes his kick off. He's looking to try and get up the park. He gives it to Kevin De Bruyne out wide. Manages to skip away from Tierney. Feeds it into Benzema, who fires it into the back of the net. He's not going to miss from there, and he claws one back. A few minutes later, we're looking to try and get ourselves that 3-goal cushion back, but Jota was dispossessed there. Cope Miners Through ball for Keane, not great defending from our part, it has to be said. And then Moise Keane does chip Kasper Schmeichel to get him back 3-2 just before half-time. As you can see, there were the stats. Probably deserve to be winning by a little bit more, but it is what it is. We find ourselves with a corner just after half-time. Raskin gives it to Tierney, cuts back inside for Carter Vickers, gives it to Callum McGregor. Rio Hatate, first-time effort, lovely finish into the top corner from him. Looking to get back to that 3-goal cushion, we've got Raskin just unchallenged, turns back inside, gives it to Hatate. He feeds it to Jota, and Jota, lovely finish into the back of the net for 5-2 in the game. He started to grow into it a little bit after that goal goes in. Bit of a momentum swing. Keane through for Junior. Well saved by Schmeichel, but the clearance from me there with Tierney was really poor. Benzema on his weaker foot on the edge fires into the back of the net. And he's continuing to try and push to get that little upset towards the end. Keane for Benzema turns his man. Pretty poor defending from me again, it has to be said. De Bruyne just skips inside. Cop Miners fires into the back of the net for 5-4. Can he get the equaliser? No, he can't. The game's ends 5-4. And there was the stats in the end. Despite how close it was, I think we deserved to win. And we go on to the final, where it was a cagey affair for the first 40 minutes. No goals scored, a lot of back and forth, chances getting potentially created, just no real end product, but he does end up taking the lead with Timo Werner. Schmeichel probably could have done better there. I did move the goalie across, but it is 1-0 to him. We look to claw it back pretty much immediately from kick-off. Ant-Man finds Rio Hatate, unchallenged, gives it to Dyson Maeda. We look to try and get it first time to McGregor. We get a massive slice of luck. It falls straight to Maeda's foot for 1-1 just before half-time. And as you can see there, the stats slightly more favouring for him, but pretty even game as we head into the second half, where we take our kick-off looking to do exactly what we just did, but it's an awful, awful pass from us there, from Raskin, giving it away straight away. Timo Werner through for Cope Miners, unmarked, and again, Schmeichel probably could be doing better there, but terrible goal for us to concede straight after half-time. 15-20 minutes later, we're looking to try and get that equaliser with Jota out on the wing, gives it to Hatate, looks to try and find Maeda. First time it's cut out, but we do manage to get it to McGregor, who takes a good touch out of his feet to hit it with that strong left foot for 2-2. We're into the last minutes of the game there. An effort on the edge from McGregor gives us a corner after Rio Hatate was subbed off for Engels and Ant-Man subbed off for Carlson. Engels looks to try and create something, muscled off the ball, but we win it back after a poor clearance from him and Dyson Maeda into the back of the net to give us the lead in the final, 3-2. And that's exactly how it ended. A really close fought game, in fairness. Could have gone either way, I would say. But we find ourselves early access elimination tournament winners at the second time of asking. So, as a reward for that, we, of course, get the untradeable Dolan as a reward, and we get to play the final on the 25th of September, I believe it is. We've played a few rivals games as well. This is kind of how we're looking at the moment. At the time of recording, no, we're closer to Division 6 now than we were at this point. And our pre-order icon we got was Steven Gerrard. Not the best, not the worst. It wasn't going to matter anyway because none of them were Scottish Premiership past or present. However, of course, Gerrard managed Rangers, so there is that. So, that's going to do it for episode 2 of the Spfl RTG. I'm going to try and get as many of these out as possible over the coming weeks because I am actually going on holiday for 2 weeks at the second week of October, so I won't be able to upload any Spfl RTG content during that time. I'll still be uploading prediction content and stuff like that for football games that will be taking place during that time. I'll pre-record those so the predictions could be way off just before I go, but there is that to look forward to. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new around here, please consider checking out some of the other content on the channel. If you want to follow along with this journey on FC26, then please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.